How's the knee?
The knee is good. I'm 3 weeks out of surgery right now. Actually going on my 4th week. So what happened was tore my ACL in 07, tore the meniscus in like July of this year. Finished a year with riding with the meniscus torn, and it just kept re-tearing and more, and it got to the point where I couldn't deal with it. So I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna get that fixed, get the ACL fixed. So I did a cadaver, got the ACL fixed. They anchored down the meniscus. So what they said is 6 weeks on the crutches, so I don't lift up one of them anchors. So I'm got about 2 more weeks on these things, and then I can start weight training and stuff. But ACL replacement, dude, the doctors say 6 months. I know people make it back in 3 months. So I don't want to come back too early because I don't want to start over. So I'm probably going to be in that. I don't think it's going to take me 6 months, but I don't think I'm going to shoot back for 3 just because it is off season. I got the time now to heal. So why like try to spare a month and re-screw it up and be out longer? So I'm just going to I'll probably come back around 4.5, I think.
A couple years injured then, huh?
Yeah, I tore it in February 07. Took 3 months off. Decided not to get surgery and rode with it just torn. And honestly, I had a CTI made, and once I had it in my brace, it was more like a head thing in the beginning of 07. When I first started riding with it, I was like tripping in my head, like, damn, dude, I don't have an ACL. Is my knee gonna go out? Even with the brace on, I didn't know what to expect. So throughout that beginning of the early couple months of first riding with it, I tripped on it a lot, like kind of just like hesitant a little bit. And then as the season went on, by the end of the season, and that next winter, I was like, man, I don't even need an ACL. This thing's fine, dude. And it wasn't on my mind no more. I was riding, and honestly, I was thinking I wasn't even going to replace my ACL until I retired. I'm like, screw it. Because, I mean, even though I could ride, I couldn't do nothing. I can't run. I couldn't train. I couldn't, like, fight if I had it. I can't snowboard, can't surf. You can't do nothing but put it in a brace and ride. So I'm just like, obviously, I want to get it fixed at one point. But I had it in my head, like, I don't need it to ride, so I'm not going to get the surgery because I knew it was a long surgery to come back from. So I'm like, screw it, I ain't gonna get it. And then Deegan throws his 4th of July party, and I went to jump in the pool, and obviously I didn't have a knee brace on. So without an ACL, that's why your knee shifts. So when it shifted without the ACL, it tore the meniscus. And then from there, it just got worse and worse and worse. And that meniscus bothered me riding. Like it was freaking painful to ride with it. So it tore 4th of July weekend, just some small tear. Took a week off, started riding, rode X Games. Didn't really even bother me. Didn't even think about it at X Games at all. 2 weeks after X Games, I took off for 2 weeks. The first day I rode at my house, I missed my foot peg coming off a double knack, and I planted my foot in the ground. This is exactly how I jacked it up the first time, planting it in the ground. And it tore the meniscus again, pretty bad. And I went and saw my doctor, and he's like, you need surgery. There's no rehab in it. He's all you don't have a choice. We have to fix it. So I was like, all right, cool. Went and freaking sat home and was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't feel like getting surgery, but I guess I have to. But I'm like, screw it, dude. I had like a month before Salt Lake City. So I'm like, I'm just going to take off this whole month and just go to Salt Lake City. The day before I had to fly out to Salt Lake City, I'm like, I'm going to ride and see if I can ride. So Potter came over, went and rode in the backyard. I was like, screw it. I might be able to throw a run together. So I booked a flight, flew out the next day, went to Salt Lake. I went and got 6. So then I was like, well, shit, dude, I just got 6. I might as well try to finish the year. This 6 is all right, being hurt with no practice. So I said, screw it. Went to Mexico City the next week, got 2 4s with no practice. I wasn't even training during the week. I'd sit home all week long, hang out on the couch, do nothing, and then go to the event, ride practice at the event, throw my rundown, and that's it. And I did that all the way until the last round of the Dew Tour. But as it got, the more I rode, every time I rode, it would tear more. It got more and more painful, and there was more and more time off the bike. So by the time I got to Orlando, I felt like a squid because it was like a good 2 months or month of not riding. I was so rusty.
Yeah,
but
I saw some of the footage that he got from Orlando, and it looked like you hurt your knee pretty bad.
I hurt my knee in practice.
Yeah, in practice.
Yeah, I came off the 80-footer, and I did like a flip and barely cased it. Like, barely came up short, dude, and I felt it rip, and I just pulled over and sat in the corner for a minute, and I'm like, dude, this thing sucks. And I remember they gave us we had a couple days in between the finals and prelims, and I didn't even ride all the practice that they gave us because it was bothering me so bad. I mean, I really just wanted to finish in top 10 in that event, so because each year the top 10 guys are seeded, you don't have to go ride the day qualifier. I did that, and as soon as I was done in Orlando, I went home and got surgery, so now I'm on the couch tour. I'll be coming back. I think, like, let me see, so November, December, January, February. So I'm saying I'll be ready to ride by March. Be back, yeah. So I'll be 100% by the climbing contest rolling. That's why I figured it was a good time to do it. And I'll do it right, take off like the full. I don't know if I'll take off 6 months, but I'm thinking 4.5, 5. It'll be healthy.
What do you think about hiring the coach to blow the whistle? And
yeah, I'm gonna need coach. I'm gonna need coach out there. Sick cunt. We have to get sick cunt back in the mix. Get sick cunt to bring me back. Training. I got some big tricks I gotta learn, dude. Keep up with all these cats.
Yeah.